Deep within the frozen wastelands of Siberia, a scientific discovery has unveiled a relic from a bygone era. Scientists have successfully revived a virus. This is not just any virus, it's a zombie virus, a 48,500-year-old behemoth entombed within the icy grip of permafrost for millennia. This remarkable find, dubbed Pandora virus Yodoma, is a giant among viruses, visible even under a simple light microscope. This ancient virus for now poses no threat to humans. It infects only amoebas, single-celled organisms that are a far cry from complex life forms like ourselves. However, the revival of this ancient pathogen serves as a stark reminder. The Arctic, once a realm of eternal frost, is now succumbing to the relentless grip of climate change. Temperatures are rising at an alarming rate, nearly 4 times faster than the global average. This accelerated warming is causing the permafrost, a layer of soil that has remained frozen for thousands of years, to thaw at an unprecedented pace. The implications of this thawing permafrost are far-reaching. Permafrost holds a treasure trove of organic matter from long-extinct animals to microscopic life forms. As the permafrost thaws, this organic matter decomposes, releasing greenhouse gases like methane and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Imagine a time capsule buried deep beneath the earth, preserving the secrets of a distant past. That's what permafrost is, a frozen archive of Earth's history, spanning millennia. This icy layer, found in high-latitude regions like the Arctic and some mountainous areas, is more than just frozen Earth. It's a vast repository of organic carbon, the remnants of plants and animals that lived and died long ago. As temperatures rise and the permafrost thaws, it releases not just carbon but also long-dormant viruses and bacteria. These microbes, frozen in time, are now reawakening in a world vastly different from the one they last inhabited. The thawing of permafrost is not a gradual, predictable process. It's happening in fits and starts, creating thermokarst lakes, giant sinkholes, and drunken forests as the ground destabilizes. The Arctic is a canary in the coal mine, warning us of the potential consequences of unchecked climate change. Permafrost, a silent guardian of Earth's history, possesses an uncanny ability to arrest the passage of time. It's not just the cold that preserves, it's the absence of oxygen and light, creating a time capsule for organic matter. Imagine, if you will, a woolly mammoth, its massive form encased in ice for millennia, its flesh and fur remarkably preserved. That's the power of permafrost, a natural freezer that can halt decay for tens of thousands of years. Microscopic life also thrives, or rather survives, in this frigid environment. Bacteria, viruses, and other microorganisms, too small to see with the naked eye, enter a state of suspended animation within the permafrost. This ability of permafrost to preserve life is both a boon and a bane. On the one hand, it offers scientists a unique window into the past, allowing them to study ancient ecosystems and the evolution of life. As the permafrost thaws, it could release long-dormant pathogens, exposing humans and animals to diseases we have no immunity to. The thawing permafrost is a stark reminder that the past is not always gone. Sometimes it's just waiting to be unearthed. In the world of science, some individuals are drawn to the familiar, the well-trodden paths of established knowledge. Others, like French microbiologist Jean-Michel Claverie, are captivated by the unknown, by the mysteries that lie hidden in the shadows. Claverie has dedicated his career to hunting down giant viruses, behemoths of the viral world, often found lurking in unexpected places. His quest has led him to the most remote corners of the earth, from the thawing permafrost of Siberia to the depths of the ocean floor. For over a decade, Claverie and his team at Aix-Marseille University have been at the forefront of zombie virus research. Their work involves carefully extracting ancient permafrost samples and transporting them to their high-security lab in France. There, under strictly controlled conditions, they attempt to revive these ancient viruses. By studying their genetic makeup and infectious capabilities, Claverie hopes to glean insights into the evolution of viruses and the potential threats they pose. Some criticize it as unnecessarily risky, arguing that reviving ancient viruses could have unforeseen consequences. Section 5. A bestiary of zombie viruses, examples and their traits. Imagine a virus so large it dwarfs most bacteria. That's the reality of giant viruses, a category of viruses discovered only recently, thanks to scientists like Jean-Michel Claverie. These viral behemoths, often found in extreme environments like permafrost, challenge our traditional understanding of viruses. They possess surprisingly large genomes, sometimes even rivaling those of bacteria, and exhibit a complexity previously unseen in the viral world. One such giant virus is Pythovirus sibericum, revived by Claverie's team from 30,000-year-old Siberian permafrost. This behemoth infects amoebas, causing them to burst open and release more viruses. Another example is Mollyvirus sibericum, also discovered in Siberian permafrost, which replicates in a peculiar way, creating viral factories within its host cell. While the viruses revived so far pose no direct threat to humans, their existence raises concerns about the potential for other more dangerous pathogens lurking within the thawing permafrost. Understanding their biology, their evolution, and their potential to infect different hosts is crucial for assessing the risks they pose and developing strategies to mitigate them. Section 6. Pandora's Permafrost, Public Health Concerns. The thawing permafrost, a consequence of our warming planet, presents a unique public health challenge. It's not just the zombie viruses themselves that are concerning, it's the potential for these ancient pathogens to interact with modern ecosystems, potentially leading to the emergence of new and unpredictable diseases. Imagine a scenario where a long-dormant virus released from the permafrost infects a new host, perhaps a bird or a rodent. This could act as a stepping stone, allowing the virus to adapt and eventually jump to humans. This process, known as zoonotic spillover, is how many of our deadliest pandemics have originated, including HIV, Ebola, and COVID-19. The Arctic, once sparsely populated, is now experiencing increased human activity due to mining, oil exploration, and tourism. This increased contact between humans and the thawing permafrost raises the risk of exposure to ancient pathogens. The good news is that the risk of a global pandemic originating from thawing permafrost is currently considered low. Section 7. The Anthrax Warning. A case study in emerging threats. In the summer of 2016, the Yamal Peninsula in Siberia experienced an unusual and deadly outbreak. Anthrax, a bacterial disease typically associated with livestock, infected over 2,000 reindeer and claimed the life of a 12-year-old boy. The culprit? Thawing permafrost. The outbreak was linked to an unusually hot summer that thawed a layer of permafrost, exposing the carcass of a reindeer that had succumbed to anthrax decades earlier. The anthrax spores, dormant but still viable, were released into the environment, infecting nearby reindeer herds and eventually spreading to humans. This event serves as a stark warning about the potential consequences of thawing permafrost. It's not just theoretical. Real-world outbreaks have already occurred, and as temperatures continue to rise, the frequency and severity of such events are likely to increase. The anthrax outbreak highlights the complex interplay between climate change, permafrost thaw, and emerging infectious diseases. Section 8. A call to action, surveillance, and safeguards for a warming world. The thawing permafrost, a consequence of our warming planet, presents a complex and multifaceted challenge. It's not just an environmental issue, it's a public health issue, an economic issue, and a global security issue. Addressing this challenge requires a multifaceted approach, one that combines scientific research, public health preparedness, and international cooperation. First and foremost, we need to enhance our understanding of the risks posed by thawing permafrost. This includes expanding research efforts to identify and characterize the ancient pathogens lurking within, assess their potential to infect different hosts, and develop strategies to mitigate their impact. Secondly, we need to strengthen public health surveillance systems, particularly in the Arctic region. This involves monitoring for unusual disease outbreaks in both animals and humans, developing rapid diagnostic tools, and stockpiling vaccines and treatments for potential threats. Finally, we need to address the root cause of the problem, climate change. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions through a transition to clean energy sources and sustainable practices is crucial for slowing down permafrost thaw and mitigating its associated risks.